Good day, friends. Welcome back. We're studying about the 7 plagues. Well, the first 7 of 10 are discussed in this week's Torah portion. Next week's Torah portion has the final 3 of the 10. In the 7th plague, the plague of hail, was an extremely unique miracle. The plague of Barad was actually a combination of both, which was hail, but it was a combination of ice and fire, which naturally brought a tremendous amount of havoc and destruction. But when the plague is over, again, after Pharaoh calls Moses and he says, "Please, chatati hapa'am, this time I have sinned, please remove the hail." And Moses prays to God, and the hail is stopped. So the way the Torah describes the hail finishing, the Torah says, "Umatar lo nitach arza," the hail did not reach the ground. And from this, commentaries, including Rashi, understand that it didn't reach the ground, but it had already left the heaven. So then what happened? Rashi says that it stopped midway, or somehow God took it back, but it never reached the ground, right? Imagine the middle of a hailstorm, and suddenly it stops. Usually it stops above, and that's why there's no more down here. But here it continued, but stopped midway. An interesting miracle. The Rebbe once pointed out that the inspiration, the lesson in this, and why it only happens that it stops midway with this plague. And this is because Pharaoh says, for the first time, he says, "Chatati," I have sinned. He's looking to mend his ways. In a sense, it's the aspect of teshuvah, of returning to God, of regretting the past, and resolving for the future that it will be better. And because this happens, there is different degrees of teshuvah. At the highest level of teshuvah, of return, of mending our ways, we're capable of transforming the past. Usually, the past is the past. You can't take back what you said. You can ask forgiveness, but you actually said it. If you offended someone, you can ask forgiveness, but you did offend them. You can't mend the past. However, on the highest level of return to Hashem, there is the option of completely erasing the past, or seeing the past as part of the process of getting to this point of return and correction, teshuvah. And so this is hinted in the commentary of Rashi in this miracle, that by the fact that Pharaoh regrets, in a sense he had reached a higher form of teshuvah, of mending, which erases the past. So even things like hail, which have already been emitted from heaven, they don't reach the ground. They don't have that effect. So all we're left with is the removal of the negative and completely eradicated as if it never happened. That's a thought. And I want to wish all of you a wonderful Shabbat Shalom. And that hopefully soon we can meet in person and I guess be done with these recordings. For now, all the best and be well.